Think you've got a strong stomach? Around the world, people are biting into things you wouldn't believe, like pig blood soup or cheese crawling with live maggots. This isn't your average food tour. Welcome to extreme foods of the world. Dare to taste the wild. Because in some places, dinner bites back. In the simmering heat of dawn, entire villages in India and Pakistan transform raw sugarcane juice into one of the world's most nutrient-dense sweets, jaggery. Harvested stalks are crushed in vintage wooden mills to release a stream of pale green juice, which is then filtered and funneled into colossal brass cauldrons stoked by open flames. As the liquid boils and reduces, skilled hands skim off foam and stir relentlessly for up to 2 hours. This extreme, high-intensity process concentrates natural minerals so that a single tablespoon of jaggery delivers up to 10% of your daily iron and significant amounts of potassium and magnesium. Once the syrup darkens to a glossy, deep brown nectar, it's poured into wooden molds and left to cool into blocks that are not only 100% unrefined but also packed with antioxidants. Far from your everyday sugar rush, jaggery is a powerhouse of tradition and health in one bite. Under the neon glow of Bangkok's night markets, fearless foodies queue at Khao San road stalls where crickets, grasshoppers, and even tarantulas are flash-fried in bubbling woks, tossed with garlic, chili, and lime, and served piping hot in paper cones. Each crunchy bite exploding with umami, iron-rich protein, and pure adrenaline, daring you to swap your comfort zone snack for a truly unforgettable crunch. In India, an artisan slip off his shoes and knead wheat dough with rhythmic foot presses in a sun-warmed pit, toes folding coarse grains into a supple mass. Would you dare to try this? This is the annual Shentang Hot Pot Base Festival in Sichuan, China, where organizers unveil the world's largest communal spicy hot pot. Thousands of diners gather around a massive cauldron of bubbling mala broth to scoop up chilies, meat and veggies in what's been hailed as the biggest hot pot feast on earth. This scene is from the annual Fête de l'Omelette Géante in France. Every Easter Monday, volunteers shatter some 15,000 eggs into a massive 10-meter pan, cook the flowing yellow mixture over a wood fire with the help of dozens of chefs, then dole out hearty portions of the world's largest omelette to the gathered crowd. In Delhi, a vendor ladles steaming chickpeas into steel pot, showering them with turmeric, chili, coriander, and fenugreek. But as he stirs the mix with ungloved hands and a chipped ladle, stray dust and grime cling to the rim of his battered pot, turning each fragrant, spice-kissed bite into a tempting yet risky gamble. Is the flavor worth the unseen cost to your health? In Thailand, slabs of crocodile meat sizzle over open coals, brushed with tangy tamarind and fiery chili, their smoky aroma mingling with lemongrass. One crispy, wild flavor bite that dares you to trade your comfort zone for a true taste of the untamed. Under the crimson glow of hot coals, this chef orchestrates a blazing ballet. Skewers of lamb, chicken, and beef hover above the embers as he fans the coals into towering flames with a splash of oil, rotating each skewer in flawless sync and brushing them with tangy glaze. In the expert hands of this seasoned cook, lumpia wrappers are born with remarkable grace and precision. A humble blend of flour, water, and a touch of salt is transformed into whisper-thin sheets, gently spread across a hot pan with fluid motion. As the batter sets and shifts to a pale golden hue, the wrapper is carefully lifted, soft, flexible, and just strong enough to cradle rich, flavorful fillings. The art of making Afghani roti on a steel drum is as mesmerizing as it is flavorful, revealing the mastery of Afghan street vendors. A simple dough is pressed onto the curved, upturned surface of a heated steel drum, where it bakes quickly over an open flame. As the dough puffs and blisters, it takes on a rich golden crust, infused with a subtle smokiness, while the inside remains soft and chewy. Each uneven, drum-shaped piece carries a rustic charm, served fresh and sizzling. It may seem like a bold act, but for skilled bakers in Uzbekistan, reaching deep into the blazing heart of a tandoor is just another day's work. With swift precision, they stretch the dough into flat rounds, dust them with sesame or poppy seeds, and in one fearless motion, press them onto the scorching inner walls of the clay oven. This is no ordinary bread, it's Uzbek naan, a beloved staple celebrated for its crisp, golden crust and light, airy center. The searing heat cooks it in moments, locking in a smoky flavor and irresistible texture. Locals often gather to witness the artistry. On a lively Chinese street, a skilled vendor steals the spotlight with his mesmerizing display of boomerang bread. In front of a crowd of delighted children, he tosses the dough high into the air, catching it with flawless timing just before it completes a full loop. Back and forth it flies, stretching and spinning in a rhythmic dance that blurs the line between cooking and performance. Laughter and cheers echo as the dough becomes a spectacle in itself. Once shaped to perfection, it's cooked into warm, chewy bread, a delicious end to a show that's as entertaining as it is mouth-watering. In the heart of rural China, you might stumble upon an enchanting sight: rows of delicate noodles swaying like silk ribbons in the open air. These are lamian, the iconic hand-pulled noodles crafted through a centuries-old tradition. With practiced finesse, artisans knead, twist, and stretch the dough into impossibly long strands, transforming a simple mixture into culinary art. Instead of drying indoors, these noodles are left to bask in the sun and breeze, turning the process into a mesmerizing village ritual. This scene captures a truly remarkable technique for mixing an enormous bowl of noodles, one that transforms a simple task into a masterclass in control and finesse. Anyone who's cooked noodles knows the risk: overmixing can quickly turn a perfect dish into a soggy disappointment. But here, the chef demonstrates a method that's both efficient and elegant. With swift, intentional motions, he folds the noodles just enough to evenly coat and separate them, keeping each strand firm and intact. It's a delicate balance of speed and touch, showcasing not just skill, but the true artistry behind every perfect bowl. Molecular cuisine takes the world of food into the domain of science, where taste meets technology in the most imaginative ways. Through groundbreaking techniques like spherification, foaming, and flash freezing with liquid nitrogen, chefs transform everyday ingredients into extraordinary experiences. Think of a delicate sphere that bursts with rich broth or a weightless foam that holds the essence of an entire dish. These dishes aren't just meals, they're edible art, often served in intricate, visually stunning forms. Anime pancake art is where breakfast meets brilliant imagination, an electrifying display that starts as a messy swirl of batter on a sizzling griddle. At first, it looks like abstract chaos, lines and blobs that baffle the eye. But then, with a single flip, magic happens. A flawless anime character is revealed, complete with bold outlines and vibrant shading. Each pancake is a testament to patience, precision, and passion, turning an ordinary dish into a jaw-dropping masterpiece. At this bustling Chinese street food stall, noodle preparation becomes a mesmerizing show of flair and flavor. The vendor, bursting with energy, flings and spins fresh noodles into the air with acrobatic finesse before plunging them into a steaming pot. Each move flows like a well-rehearsed dance, drawing gasps and applause from the crowd. It's not just cooking, it's performance art, with rhythm, heat, and excitement in every step. And when the final dish lands in your hands, It's piping hot and bursting with rich, savory street food goodness. Ever seen a dessert inflate like a balloon? Meet the giant sesame ball, also known as Doden Day, a true culinary spectacle. It starts as a humble sphere of dough, sweetly filled with red bean paste and coated in sesame seeds. But once it hits the bubbling oil, the magic begins. With skilled hands and gentle pressure, the chef coaxes it to expand evenly without bursting. Slowly, it grows, sometimes to the size of a melon, turning golden, crispy, and hollow.